When the lights go on, let's stand together. When the lights go on, let's stand as one. Let's stand together. Let me switch on the light, shall I? Bye. Oh my god. What an amazing event this has been. It's unbelievable. I'm just gonna put this here for a moment while I take off my coat, because I wanted to vlog as soon as I came in. I knew Formula E was fun, and I knew that Formula E really involved fans. I really wanted to go to a race, and I did. I was at the Paris ePrix earlier today, and my god, was it fun and entertaining. It was just such a hype, such excitement when we reached the circuit. Like I think I was making a vlog. No, I think I was taking pictures, I'm not sure. But I think I've actually made a vlog. Well, I don't remember. I remember Diana, one of the other fans operators for the Netherlands. She made a video for the Dutch fan site showing that we got to the circuit, that she was really excited. And I was too. And then we got our media passes, then we walked to the circuit, we got in, and we were like, we hear a car. We can see a car, because we got in like at the end of practice 1 this morning. And like just being there already was awesome. Later we get to see the drivers, we get to talk to the drivers. Jack Nichols, Dario Franchitti, the 2 commentators, they were super nice. I have felt now how Formula E really involves the fans, and it's not just like fan boost. And it's not just, yeah, they can come to the pits at some points. The drivers as well, they accept the fans and let them ask questions, interviews, whatever. Obviously they don't have 100% of that time for their fans, but they use a lot of it, which I find super amazing. Also, I'm not sure whether I've shown this on a vlog yet. Looks pretty cool, huh? Formula E pass to let me get in to a lot of places. As I was walking back, because I'm on my own, I had to say goodbye to Diana, Damon's dad, earlier. Let's see if this works again. And I had to say goodbye to them earlier on the metro because they were, 1, going to McDonald's, and 2, their bus back home leaves in just under 2 hours. If they're taking the night bus home, they'll arrive early tomorrow morning, or just late at night, depending on how you look at it. It's scheduled at 5:15 a.m. I'm leaving tomorrow. Train leaves at 16:30 something. So, but yeah, as I said, the song I sang at the beginning was one of the songs by Formula EJ, sort of the DJ of Formula E, Formula EJ. And I really like it. I really like, they use it as the background tune sometimes for a few things on like the Formula E stream, on videos, and the website, and YouTube channel and stuff. And like today, I heard it quite a lot as well, and I love it. I really did. Now I do as well. Now I have it in my head. And I was singing it on the way back, and I didn't start crying just yet, but I very nearly did. And I may just do that like somewhere in this video, because that'll probably be quite a long vlog, because I just want to get a lot of things said and stuff. But the feeling I had when coming here, probably it'll come up in a second again, is something I've probably had a few times before, but I remember one case very specifically. And that was 4 years ago during the summer in 2012, when I was at the 3000 Brigade. 2 amazing weeks for those people. Here I was only at for just 1 full day, and Like the dinner at the Friday evening was amazing. So I didn't vlog there, although I did vlog shortly afterwards, which is quite funny. We'd have a really cool picture. I might be able to show you that later. But yeah, so many cool pictures. Remind me in the comments of this video if I haven't done it yet. Well, I'll upload it after anyway. But just remind me in this video if you're seeing this on like within the first week of this being uploaded, and you haven't yet seen a video after this of me showing a bunch of pictures, let me know, because I'll probably just like screen record in the folder that I'm going to put all of my images in, Deada's images, Damien's images, put them all together, because there was a bunch of cool stuff that happened. But back to the feeling that I had, just because I've been sidetracked from that like twice already. I didn't want to leave. I was excited when the race ended, didn't feel completely satisfied yet because I never really gotten the photo or got an interview with any of the drivers. Like I got to talk to Jack Nichols, the main commentator, for a while, which was really fun and interesting, but I never really got any of the drivers. Then I took a picture with Antonio Felix da Costa, short interview with him, then Lucas Di Grassi and Oliver Turvey as well. Di Grassi was really nice because we asked him for a message for the Dutch fan site. Like we have Robin Freins in Formula E, a Dutch driver, but he had to leave right after the race. Unfortunately, we weren't able to really talk to him before the race for anything. He had to leave right after because he has to race in Monza tomorrow apparently. So that was not possible to have Robin, which was our intention, give a just a message to the Dutch fans, to fans watching via that. And so we met, like we were actually on our way back to the media center. We were like, okay, we have one interview, like because we were going for Vern. I was in line for Vern for so long, and every time I was there, like he had to go somewhere else, and then it was like, yeah, we can go back to the garage and talk there. And I was there, and I was like, sorry, no, nothing works anymore. So real unfortunate. Vern is my favorite driver in Formula E, so unfortunately I wasn't able to get a picture with him or an interview, but that's for later because I do intend to come back to Formula E, but I need to remember to do that later. Lucas Di Grassi, when we went back from Vern, we're on our way to a media center. Lucas Di Grassi actually came walking towards the garages where we were coming from. We're like, let's get him. So Lucas was walking there. One member of the Abschaffler team was holding a trophy, and I thought it was Lucas's trophy because Lucas Di Grassi won the race, and the team guy was holding the trophy. So I was asking Lucas if we could do a quick interview or while we were walking, didn't really matter. And while that happened, Deada was with me, one of the other Dutch fan set operators. She was looking at the trophy, she's like, can I touch it? And the team guy was like, sure. You want to hold it? And then she actually held the winning trophy, which is awesome. And so I took a picture of that. It was really cool. There's not a lot of people who can say that. Like you can get on pictures with people really easily, but to hold the winning trophy, pretty darn good. And then interview with Di Grassi while we were walking, because we were asking him for a message for the Dutch fan site. And what I didn't know or didn't remember, it's one of the two, that Di Grassi at the start of his career raced in the Netherlands quite a bit, at Zandvoort specifically. And so he has good memories of driving there, which really helped, like sort of me getting excited about it, but probably a lot of the Dutch viewers getting excited about Lucas giving us that. Just saying something to the Dutch fan side. And obviously he ended with, well, not necessarily ended the interview, but he ended the message with a little self-advertisement, like vote for me on FanBoost, because why not? I guess FanBoost is a good friend, and I don't mind that at all, because he's a really nice guy, and I'm very happy to have met him. I'm very happy I got to meet his teammate Daniel. I got to talk to almost everyone, or at least say hi, or good job, or good luck in the race, things like that. Get to do it with almost everyone. Some people around it. Saw Nikki Shields, the pit lane reporter, and she does some other commentating stuff around it as well, which is like I never really get to talk to her. Although an interview is still planned with her, probably via Skype, but we'll see what happens. Maybe in London at the end of the year when I come there early, then we can do that. No, yeah. don't really want to leave, but at the same time, like, what I don't want to leave is the exciting feeling that I had while at the track, talking to the drivers, taking pictures with them, making memories. Because I remember when I was at 3000 Brigade, I took barely any pictures. I made some vlogs, but mostly were inside the hotel. And I was like I didn't have too much to look back on. I had great memories, and I can see the show, which is the best part. Like, that's on YouTube, so that's it, it's good. But I took like 2-3 pictures, and it was just a bunch of vlogs, mostly of me being in the hotel room, just talking about what happened. I wanted more vlogs of me doing stuff, actually showing what I'm talking about. And at the same time, I wanted a lot more pictures to look back on awesome moments, and that's sort of changed how I go about to many different places. Like vlogging, showing more things. I dare to vlog more in public places. I take more pictures if I go to an event, especially one that's really cool, like this one. I love the excitement. It was an amazing familiar race. And that's a feeling that I don't want to miss, that I don't want to leave, but at the same time I know that all the excitement was pretty much today. We came in during practice 1, then was practice 2, qualifying, race, there was the e-race, so much stuff around it as well with the drivers and everyone else. It was unreal because I've seen it on TV and like over on my computer quite a few times, but to see it in real life, to be there was awesome. And speaking of being there, at the podium ceremony, we were all there, standing quite close to the podium, and we were on live TV a few times. You probably have to search for us a little bit in the shots, but we were there, and that was really cool to see as well. Like all the cheers for Jean-Luc Vergne when he got second place, because he was a Frenchman, second place in Paris. Awesome job for him. Unfortunately, he didn't win because I was rooting for him. But I don't mind it too much. It's such an amazing experience. I've yet to have my dinner. It's 9:15. It's not actually that late. I feel really tired after this day, full of excitement. So I'm gonna have my dinner. Maybe play a little bit of 3DS. Probably not much, because I want to be home as soon as possible, and like technically if you talk about it just time wise, then I won't be there any quicker if I fall asleep an hour before. But one, I want to catch up on some sleep, because ever since Sunday, and it's now the end of Saturday, there's only been one night that I slept more than 8 hours, and that was Tuesday to Wednesday. I think it was about 10 hours. And for the rest, it was generally 6 or less last night as well, because we came home from dinner quite late, stayed up just a little bit, not too much, slept, but then woke up at, was it 6 o'clock, something like that? Although we did stay in bed for a while, actually went back to bed, but we actually got out at 7, I think. Went to have breakfast, then went to the track to have some fun there. I really hope that you will enjoy all the vlogs that I've made. Those are just showing some footage for me in real life. I hope the wind didn't interrupt too much, because sometimes there was some wind. I don't think it was too bad, we'll see. But as I've realized in vlogs, but what definitely will be the case with this one, because it was such an amazing experience, is that I can look back at them. I'll definitely look back at these videos quite a bit in like the first week after I come back home, but also in a few weeks time, in a few months time, in a few years time, I'll gladly look back at multiple of these videos to get the excitement back, and not just to see and remember, oh, I saw this live, oh, I remember this feeling. I'll get that feeling back, and I can probably hear the excitement in my voice about what's going on, the drivers being like a few meters away from me. Like the race was right there. If there were no like walls or guarding rails or whatever, if I would have taken 10 steps forward, I would have been on the racetrack. It was an amazing experience. Thank you to all the drivers for being so nice, for talking to us, for interviews, just general chat, to have fun. pictures, for allowing us to do that. Thanks for Jack Nicholson and Dario Franchitti for taking that quick picture with me while I was while they were on their way to something else. A quick just this memory that I made with Jack Nichols. When I first met him, we were just joking around a little bit, talking. It was fun. Because Anil, the community manager, said that Jack would have actually been at that dinner the previous night, but due to a misunderstanding, he didn't make it. And Anil said, I believe, that it was Jack that forgot his birthday, like his own birthday. And that apparently wasn't the case. It was a miscommunication with someone else and scheduling, whatever. Because Jack's birthday was 2 days ago on the Thursday. But anyway, that was a weird intro, I suppose, with when I was talking to Jack. Because I was like, the first question I asked was, "How did you forget your birthday?" And he was like, "What are you talking about? I didn't forget it." But like that was all solved, and like we both saw the fun in it. Then we talked about it, and then he was there with his parents. Like obviously he has to be the commentator, so during like each of the sessions he would be in the commentator's booth. But between, he would just walk around with his parents or with other people or alone. So like while we were talking, he saw his parents, and he would called out to his dad, like, "Dad." Dad didn't respond. "Dad, Dad, Dad." And this is quite funny. And then he just went to that. We said goodbye, and I only saw him once more later for that one picture I just mentioned earlier. But it was quite funny. Like we didn't record that chat. It was just a friendly chat. And I really like that we are just able to have that as well. Like I really wouldn't mind looking back at it as a recording, but it does feel different when you do record. Because I have to focus, like I myself at least have to focus on the recording, and maybe like Jack would have to focus a little bit more on what he said, but he didn't say any naughty words, so don't worry about that. But all of our fan celebrities that were there at the time, him trying to reach his dad, like "Dad, Dad," like that, saying "Dad" 4 times. That was really funny to hear that in that way, and like it wasn't recorded, so we don't have a sound clip of it, but it would be quite funny to actually have. So I quite like that. Thanks, Anil, definitely the community manager of Formula E. One for allowing us to go out for dinner with all the fan set operators there. It definitely immediately created a bond with all of us, and then when we met on track or near the track the next day, it was always a friendly chat. There were 3 of the Dutch fan set operators, me being one of them, then Diana and Damien, 2 from France. Then there was the one from the UK, one from Spain, and I especially get along well with the one from Spain and the one from Japan. There was one from Japan and one from China. There were fan set operators here in Paris from Japan and China. Yeah, they must have really liked coming here. Yeah, but as I was saying, thanks Anil for this opportunity for, like, I suppose Formula E, for allowing me to be a fan set operator, for allowing me as fan set operator to get access to so many things, being able to talk to the drivers. It was, as I've said, like, I count the amount of times I've said amazing experience in this video. Make it a drinking game, restart the video. Anyway, don't drink though. Well, like, I guess you go on, like, I won't stop here, but I won't drink. But Anil, also thanks to you for being an awesome guy. Like we know we're both really big Pokemon fans. Like at the dinner, he was like, "When we have time, we'll talk about IVs and EV spreads." And you can be a Pokemon. You can like Pokemon. You can be a big Pokemon fan, and you can be very much into Pokemon. That you know the little bits and pieces of detail. And IVs and EVs are definitely part of that. So it was really fun that he just said that. We never really got to talk about Pokemon. We weren't able to battle. There was just no time from his side, from our side as well. But definitely we will have that later. Same for an interview, like a long interview with Robin France, because we weren't able to get that today due to the schedule of him and like the race and stuff. But with Anil, and then Robin, obviously, we'll be able to set up definitely a lengthy interview when any of us go to a race. Speaking of, I plan to go to London. I didn't plan to go to any other race this year, although if I would have gone to any others, any other would be London. And both London races, because it's a double header. I'm not really sure what made them make the decision like that. A double header in London for the final 2 races. There's a race on Saturday, and then the entire thing again, like practice qualifying. race on Sunday the next day. So, well, I could probably go there. Well, if I do, I will try, if at least there's somewhat of a cheap option near it, to find a hotel closer to the track. It wasn't too far away, it wasn't too annoying to walk from here and then take the metro, but I would like to be a bit close to the track. I'm definitely considering that. I would love to talk to the drivers again, talk to the drivers and people that I haven't really been able to talk to before, do the interview with Robin Freins, see other fan side operators again, maybe actually have a Pokemon match with Anil, because we have to do that sometimes, or just have a chat about Pokemon. That'll be fun. Something that one of the other fan side operators mentioned, Diana, she said that even if we don't go to that many races in a year, like we went to Paris, maybe we'll go again next year with the three of us, or just one, I don't know, we'll see. And then she gave the suggestion that at some point, doesn't matter which race, we would watch the race together, but then we'd all come to one person's home and then just watch the race and have fun there, which sounds like a good idea, I guess, because we had a lot of fun together. So that should be good if it happens at one point. Yeah, definitely a long vlog already. Tomorrow, breakfast, I have to get that before 10 because breakfast closes at 10. I'll be able to do that, just set my alarm clock if it actually works. Because I don't have my normal alarm clock, I didn't take it with me, I just have my phone, hopefully it works. Then between 12 and 16:30, like 4:30 p.m, I don't have too much to do. The only thing I have to do is get from here to the train station in Paris, in Paris Nord, Gare du Nord. So I think I'll walk around here a little bit, although it's quite dirty outside actually, with a bunch of dirt pretty much everywhere, like illegal sellers that are just with those mats on the floor, like on the streets, quite close here, like around the corner, which doesn't exactly make it too nice to walk here, although it's supposed to be doable. Yeah, then I'll probably tomorrow's, because I have to leave at 12 at the latest, check out. I was gonna say if I can find like a McDonald's or something, I may go here, but then no, because then it's just out in the middle of nowhere. Still feels for me, especially if I'm alone. I don't feel like doing that, because I'm a person that likes to be alone, but then I need to be alone in a location, in a place that I know well, that I feel comfortable in, and there's only few locations like that. My room being the main one, my own room at my house. So what I'll do, I think, is after I have my breakfast, maybe I'll stay here for a little bit, or I'll just pack and then go to the toilet and leave. I think I will go to the metro station, then actually hopefully find it, because the way here I actually got lost, sort of, but then I would actually be able to find it in the end, which is good, thanks to the Parisians that actually sent me the right way, because some of them didn't. I'm gonna go to the metro station, get on the metro, get off at Gare du Nord, and just be there. I'll probably be there before 1 o'clock, or just after, depending on how long the walk takes to the first metro station I have to be at. I'm there at 1, train leaves 4:30, so then I'll have like 3.5 hours to kill. And I think what I'll do is like sit around somewhere. Like I have so much food left, because we got free food actually at the media center today. We just at lunch, and I got quite a bit of it, which is really good. Thanks for that from Lee as well. So depending on how I feel at the time, if I really feel like getting some like junk, not necessarily junk food, but like McDonald's or Burger King, whatever I may actually find at the train station. It's a big train station, so there's probably something like it there. I may do that, otherwise I'll just sit there, play my 3. Yes. Probably walk around a bit as well, because then I actually have time to explore the train station. I suppose when I got to Paris, I sorta had the time, but I wanted to be sure that I was in the hotel on time and then to go to the dinner. I didn't have too much time to spare, but when I go there on the way back, I can actually explore the station, which I'll do, because if you remember from like the second vlog I believe I made was when I just arrived at the Paris station. I really like what it looked like, so I'm gonna just walk around, maybe make a vlog there as well, we'll see. And sure, just enjoy the views. You know, just sit there, wait for my train. 3 hours in the train as well. I did enjoy myself on the way there though, like some of the food, just playing a bit of games. But this is the views though, the views are really nice. I hope it's sunny tomorrow. But I can get some really good views, and then I'll arrive back home at 19:30. I was gonna say 9:30, but it's 19:30, which is 7:30. Then I have to get on because that's at the airport. Then there I have to get on a regular Dutch train to go home. Let's see, if I'm there at 30, then that should be 2. So probably if I arrive at exactly 30, I think I arrive at like 19:35. Then if I hurry, I may make a train, otherwise I have to wait 15 minutes for the next one. And then I'll be home at 8:30 or 9, somewhere in that region. And I'll definitely be happy back home. It'll be good. I've only been away since early afternoon Friday. Last time I saw like my parents and my brother was Friday at 1 o'clock, which was, if you look at the time now, 32.5 hours ago. 1.5 days. And I have this amazing ass experience behind me. That's another amazing experience I'd bring. Looking forward to seeing them back, just being behind my computer again to get into that comfort zone, and I'm looking forward to that. And then looking back at all of these images and videos, showing them to others, telling about my experiences, like with how excited I am, showing the footage of like being there with the drivers, because I've seen them drive and be places so on TV and on the internet. I've seen many things, but to be there, it's unreal. And you have to remember, I've been a fan of Formula 1 since I was 3 or 4. Been watching that so much. Well, I have watched that so much. Like I'll have missed very few races since. And especially in recent years, I've made certain to not to watch at any time that I could. And the Formula E as well. Never been to a Formula 1 race, mostly due to pricing. Now, especially as a fan site operator, I feel an extra want to go. It was also quite a lot cheaper to go, so that helps. And even if it would have actually had to pay to get into the race, it would have still been cheaper than a medium-priced seat at Spa-Francorchamps for Formula 1. And that's the price to get in, plus the food, plus the hotel, plus the breakfast at the hotel, plus the train trip. And the train trip will have been the most expensive. So, yeah, maybe Formula 1 at one point. I do want to see at least one Formula 1 race. We'll see what happens. It'll probably be Spa, because it's closest to home. Not the most cheap one though. I believe Hungary is still somewhat, it's still one of the cheapest races. And still in Europe, so I suppose a flight couldn't be too bad. Although, if we go to Spa, my dad will probably just drive. We'll just leave early Sunday morning. Formula E race, I definitely want to go again. When next year depends really on the calendar and the schedule and everything. This year I'm definitely considering London doubleheader, which will be on July 2nd and 3rd. Well, that's, I believe, the weekend right after my last retakes at school. So I'm really hoping that I do well enough in tests that I don't have to, because I believe that's a final retake as well. So if I make all the tests before that, then I don't have any retakes there, or at least not on, like, let's say Thursday, Friday, maybe even Wednesday. So I can go there, be there. I feel a day earlier. I want to be there, like, shake down the day before the race, talk to some more people, do some more people, be there for 2 full freaking days, and have a bunch of fun. But I suppose I'm also looking forward to, I'll probably try and select a few pictures that I've taken, and with those pictures, like, I'll put them together, take them with me to my internship, just to show what I've done, because this is really cool. Like, generally it's just the kids, what have you done the weekend, what have you done the holiday, because they're 2 weeks off now. This Monday I would have had internship, but the kids are 2 weeks off, so I won't see them for another 2 weeks. Then I'll show them. I feel this is a special enough moment to show them what I've been up to, so I can talk a little bit about it. It's really exciting. I'll see what I'll do with that. I'll talk to the, like, regular teacher of the class about it as well. If she thinks it's a good idea, probably it'll be okay, but we'll see. I believe it's time, after well over half an hour of freaking vlogging, that I'm going to get out my salad, which my mom bought for me just before I left. Eat that, sit here for a little bit, but probably just go to sleep very soon. Charge up my camera, charge up, I guess, the 3DS, and sleep, have breakfast tomorrow, leave. Because if, like, obviously the race and the excitement of today can't be replicated right now or tomorrow. So the next best place I want to be is home, in my room, my comfort zone. Or even anywhere, I can just be in the living room as I was talking to my parents about my excitement about the awesome experiences. Oh, I said awesome, not amazing. Anyway, I want to be home at this point. Have to wait a little while for it, almost a full day, but yeah, it'll be good to be back home tomorrow. Alright, wow, if there's anything I come up with, let's say I close this vlog now, I shut the video camera down, and then I come up with something that I want to say in the vlog, then I may write it down and just mention it when I'm in, like, at the power station tomorrow. I don't know yet. Maybe in the train vlog. I don't know yet. But I very much hope that throughout all of my videos you've gotten to, I suppose, learn more about Formula E, learn a lot about my excitement, to see a different angle at what happens if you've watched Formula E, like, before anyway, or how like, maybe you didn't know about Formula E, you did watch maybe NASCAR or IndyCar or Formula 1 and things like that, but you didn't know Formula E was even a thing, or you didn't know it was a thing, you didn't know what it was like, and now you're excited about it, which is, that would be really cool. And also, if you you're not into motor racing, maybe you still find this interesting, because it is a racing sport, but at the same time, with the racing, but also outside, but also with the racing itself, they're really promoting electric vehicles and things like that. So that's I think really cool for Formula E as well. Could probably say quite a few more things. I've pretty much run out of things to say. Podium. I guess I could say something more about Podium. We were there when it happened. It's like, you've seen the video. I don't have to talk too much about it. It's really fun. All the things started flying. All the little, I don't know, decorations falling straight over us. It was a good party there. Neil, the community manager, what he said he'd do. Like, when we met him, like, well after the race and after we took some more pictures and interviews, we met him at the media center where we were just resting, drinking a bit of water, charging up the phone, of, like, someone charging up the phone. I was charging up this camera. He said he was really tired, and many of us were. And then he drank a coffee and another coffee, and an hour later another coffee. Like, yeah, he was tired, but he said he was gonna get drunk with the other drivers, which I'm not sure if I'm actually allowed to say it like that, but he was going to go out for a drink with a good amount of the drivers of the Formula E. Yeah, so that should be fun. I definitely wouldn't mind that, being even that close to the drivers, but As a fan center operator, I was already able to get quite close quite often. To get even closer, I have to pretty much work for Formula E, which I suppose will be cool, but I don't see that happening because generally I feel I'll still enjoy teaching the kids more, but I'll be at more races, that's for certain. Whether it's going to be next year in Paris, I don't know. Definitely here. Well, not here, in London. Well, likely London this year. I'll look into it, see how the prices are with the hotel and everything. So to end this off, I'm going to open this window, give you a view of the night, and then end it off. Eiffel Tower is the other direction, so unfortunately you can't really see it even in the distance. But, yeah. I won't say that was it for the vlogs, because I'll probably make one or two more, like at the power station in the Tillies, and probably like the final one will be when I'm back home in my room, just to sort of end it off. Say I've had an amazing experience like 10 more times in that video. And maybe that'll probably, well, nah, because I'm gonna end it vlog. What's it? When I'm home, like that same evening, I think, and then the pictures will come like 1 or 2 days later. It was a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed and got a lot of my excitement to you. And Auka, in the future, if you're watching this, hope you really enjoyed your own excitement seeing that back. Thank you.